Honda had a weird obsession with street cats. He followed him to a local market where modeling agents were secretly on the lookout for new talents, and because Rio didn't want Honda to steal his job, he rushed forward to stop the agents from recruiting him. However, one of the fashion scouts slapped him in the face before walking up to give Honda a jacket, saying that if he signed a modeling contract with him he would become the most popular person on the planet. But Honda was creeped out by his ditty vibes, so he took the jacket and wrapped it around Rio instead, saying that poor and homeless street boys also deserve to wear fancy clothes. Honda walked away. But Rio felt something change inside him that day, so he decided to quit his job as a model and follow in the footsteps of the man that taught him how to live a selfless life. The next morning, Aizawa gave Honda a package to deliver to a student named Akane who had been absent from school for the past year, and Honda wondered what could make such a nice-looking guy skip school. When he got to the apartment, Honda knocked on the door and nobody answered, so he decided to drop the package and leave. But then a huge guy suddenly appeared asking him what the hell he was looking for. Honda said that he didn't want any trouble and that he was only here to deliver a package for Akane. But Honda was shocked out of his mind when the fat bouncer told him that he was actually Akane. Surprised that the cute little boy in the picture had turned into a giant monster overnight, Akane decided to tell Honda the story of how he was always bullied in school because of his girly face. None of the guys wanted to hang out with him, and all of the girls hated him because he was prettier than them. So Akane was forced to quit school and stay locked up in his room forever. But after watching a commercial on TV about bodybuilding, Akane decided to exercise his muscles every day until he became a buff guy that was strong enough to beat up all the gang leaders in his neighborhood. Now that he was an undefeated champion feared by everyone around, Akane no longer needed to attend school, and he told Honda to give up because not even the cops could make him go back. However, Honda didn't give a shit about what he was saying and he just handed him the package, but Akane took it the wrong way, and he thought that Honda was challenging him to a battle. He watched his opponent closely to make sure that he didn't land a surprise attack on him. But before Akane could swing his weapon at Honda, they were suddenly ambushed by a group of street thugs. Honda gave him the package before walking away, but for some reason Akane thought that he was going to fight by his side instead, and he started beating up the punks while fantasizing that Honda was helping him out. One of the thugs tried to stop Honda from leaving, but when he looked into his vampire eyes the guy was forced to let him go, and the others realized that he was the notorious Honda that they've heard so much about. Not wanting to start a beef with Honda, the thugs quickly ran away instead, and when Akane opened the package he realized that Honda had risked his life just to encourage him to come back to school. So the next morning, Extra Large finally came back to school, and while Aizawa was still struggling to understand how he became this big, Akane silently swore to himself that he would always be there to protect Honda. Later that day everyone gathered for a practical cooking class, and Kondo, the most average guy in school, was scared to death when he realized that he was in the same group with Honda and a bunch of other freaks. Aizawa and the guys agreed to do all the work so that Honda could sit back and relax like a king. But Kondo noticed the troubled look on his face, and he wondered if that was truly what Honda wanted. They got started with the fancy recipe, but while everyone was trying to help out in one way or the other, Kondo noticed that Honda was busy making pudding cups using the worst possible ingredients ever. Akane started taking his anger out on the other guys, but before any of them knew what was happening, Honda unleashed Hell's Inferno right in the kitchen while trying to make some fries. The head chef told all the students to leave the room before they got hurt. But while Aizawa and the others were concerned about Honda's safety, Kondo grabbed a fire extinguisher and quickly put out the flames. The guys believed that Honda had started the fire on purpose to stop from fighting each other, and they opened up the fridge to grab the pudding cups that Honda had made specially for them. Kondo tried stopping the fools from eating Honda's desserts of doom, but even though the taste was clearly unbearable, Aizawa and the others kept on eating because they knew that whatever Honda made was perfect. Later that day, a girl sitting next to Honda didn't notice when her eraser rolled away and landed under Honda's desk. But because he was so scared of returning it back, Honda just gave her a new eraser instead. However, this simple act of kindness made the girl Miyoko fall madly in love with him, and after he was done with class for that day, Honda met up with his friend Kawafuji to do some shopping. He was trying to buy papers for his next artwork when a couple of girls walked into the store, and because Honda didn't want them to know that he was friends with Kawafuji, he quickly hid himself between the shelves. After the girls were gone, Honda told Kawafuji that it would be bad for his reputation if people knew that he was friends with the most hated guy in school. But Kawafuji wondered what in the world he was talking about. He kept hiding from girls until they got to a cafe where both of them ordered separate beverages, and Kawafuji told Honda to stop hiding because he didn't give a shit if other people knew about their friendship. Honda was amazed by the pure heart of his only friend. But what he didn't know is that Kawafuji was actually the reason that he became scared of girls and had a screwed up personality. Because when they were both still in middle school, Kawafuji's heart was broken when the girl that he loved so much asked him to help her deliver a love letter to Honda instead. So to get his payback, Kawafuji told Honda that the girl was spreading lies about his millimeter Peter, and before he could tell him that it was just a joke, Honda had convinced himself that all girls were evil. At school the next day, Honda overheard some girls talking about a cute poem that they bought from him in the park. But bro didn't have the balls to tell them that it wasn't actually him they had met. The girls placed the poem on the board and Honda cringed because of how terrible it was, but his fanboys felt like there was something off about the writing style, so they decided to investigate the matter. They went to the park to see if he would show up, but when they saw a look